son. But when God showed up, when everything they knew had failed, when all the experience and the skill and the know-how they have had failed them, when God showed up, what was pronounced dead and barren became fruitful and brought forth. That was when God showed up. Let me tell you something. Very soon, God is going to show up. God is going to show up at your workplace. God is going to show up at your bank. God is going to show up in your marriage. God is going to show up, and your bills and your debts are going to be cancelled. God is going to show up. Because you have all that it takes to have gotten the blessing. But the more you have and try to be blessed, the more you see yourself going down and getting frustrated. What you need tonight is nothing but a divine visitation. You need God to show up. Mary had nothing. Mary had no man. Mary had no experience. Mary had no records. Mary had nothing. And I'm sure when Mary became pregnant, when you look at the two generations, it's interesting. They have some common factors which are interesting. When Mary got pregnant, I'm sure everybody was talking about it. How possible? You are not married. How do you tell us that it is not Joseph? No. This one, it's never happened before. That you'll be walking all about and suddenly you wake up one morning and you are pregnant. Come on, what are you talking about? This one, we've never heard it before. That is what God is going to do in your situation. Something is going to happen, and when you tell people, they will tell you are telling them a lie. Because what will happen will not be the normal daily order. That is what God is going to do in your situation. The same thing with Elizabeth. A woman over 50 years, menopaused woman. Then they see this woman spitting all over, vomiting and everything, and then they will check and then they say Elizabeth is pregnant. Oh, come on, don't tell me this thing. Now everybody in the neighborhood will say, no, this woman, it is either a demon or it's a fibroid or it's a tumor. We better go get some herbalists to prepare some concoction for this woman. Other than that, she's going to die. Listen, everybody will not believe it that Elizabeth was pregnant. But before they realized, 9 months, Elizabeth was crying for labor. Now, God will do things beyond the ordinary. Whatever it is your situation, it may sound so impossible, but I want you to know the key is when God visits you on the scene. When God visits you, everything will change. When God visited Elizabeth and Zachariah home, things changed. That generation saw a miracle. When the same angel visited Mary, that generation which had no experience, that generation with no experience, nothing to depend on, also experienced a miracle. Which of the generations are you in now? Are you in Mary's generation? With no experience, with nothing. So if somebody tell you these people are hiring, then you say, even people, I know some of my friends who have finished the CNA or whatever, RNA, whatever they call it. Even they went there and they were not, they didn't even look at their resume. Then you are talking, listen, it is not what you have. It is when the angel of God visits you. That is the difference. If the favor of God comes upon you, it is not what you have or what you don't have. It is what God's word has declared to perform in your life. Tonight I want you to pray that God, I want a visitation that will cause your word in my life to be made manifest. Just begin to pray. If you can hear my voice, I want to hear you begin to pray. Just pray that God,